Good morning. It is Monday morning, June 23rd. I have a good topic for us today. And we have a new member, Eric, is hanging out with us this morning. So we want to welcome him. He
Hi,
mostly sells
Eric.
jewelry, but he has
Hi,
lots of cool
everyone.
stuff.
Uh,
You're from Boston, right?
Yes, I'm from Boston.
Yes.
Yep.
So we are happy to have him. And we will do Monday metrics first so that I don't forget. And I saw somebody I've been seeing on, I don't know if you guys, how much YouTube you consume, but there's been some big sellers losing their accounts because of scanning, our post office issues. So stay on top of it, guys. There was another one this morning and they're huge sellers. So just watch our scans. All right, let's do our Monday metrics. And of course, I didn't get mine pulled up. Eric, I don't know if you've seen this before, but we do Monday metrics and we check all of our things that can cause us problems on eBay so that we make sure we are on top of it at least once a week. And I do it with them too. So let me share my screen and we will take care of our Monday metrics. It has saved me more than once us doing this together. So go to your seller hub. I know my box is always in the way here. And we're going to go over to orders and we're going to go to returns. And this one is waiting for them to ship it, but just make sure that we don't have anything we need to take care of or handle. I had somebody open a I didn't receive case on my $1,500 bracelet, so that will be a good thing to talk about. Ended up being okay, but go to requests and disputes next. This one, I already got an email from eBay saying I was covered under seller protections. But if this is like you have an action status here, even if you know you're going to be covered, you need to go through the process or it'll go in the other person's favor. So even if it's sitting there and you called eBay and they said, yeah, just give it some time, make sure you click the button and go through it or it will settle in the other person's favor. So we're good there so far? Everybody good? All right. Our next step we go to is back to our seller hub. Go back one. I lied. Go back two. All right. Go to sell performance tab and we need to go to seller level. And hopefully we are all sorts of green and everybody is all good. So hopefully we're all top rated or green. If we aren't top rated, as long as we know why we aren't top rated, that's the most important part and how to fix it. The current level here, so June 20th, it just flipped over. So the good news is you have lots of time to work on this. We have a month to get through it. You can pull this down. It will tell you why you have that and what's going on with it. So pull that down, check it out. Then we can scroll down here and we can check out our transaction defect rate. This is one of the bigger, things we have going on with eBay. We like it to stay at 0, but if you have one, at least pull it down and know why you have one. And you can get full report and it will tell you what they're counting against you on that. Late shipment rate, yep, I know. I just haven't been fighting them. I'm playing it fast and loose there, but here's the transaction period. So I'm on the 3-month cycle. Depending on how many items you sell, you'll be on 3 months or a year. So then we need to go back one and we will go.
And that's 400 in a 90-day period, is that right?
Correct. 400 in a 90-day period. And so if you're right on that, teetering on the verge there, it's worth it trying to get it up because
That's why I started selling 99-cent bags of guitar picks.
and remember it's got to be in the category. It's by category. So well that isn't to get your 400. I agree with you, Larry. I know people have sold like $2 pairs of socks to get it up and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's
Well,
worth
I
it.
was in real trouble and it wasn't going to get resolved. Not in real trouble. I lost my top rated and I wasn't going to get resolved for another 6 months
Yep.
because of the Christmas the vacation I had taken. So I had to get my sales up above 400 and that
Yeah.
worked.
It's
I've heard
worth
of
it.
people selling, quarters for a penny.
Yep.
Just to get their sales.
Yep. And I get that. I feel for that. Here we're looking at our returns. Your 16 returns and my 16 returns may not look the same on the chart. So go over here to the chart. I'm still at 0.89. So I'm not real concerned. If it's not above 1%, they will keep knocking you back down to average. So, and you have to have over 10 transactions here. So obviously I have had some returns. Make sure you check by category because every single category you have a different return rate. So need to check that. We want to go to the projected rate. Things are looking better this time. We'll hope it stays like that, but you know, who knows. So I've had 7, I'm at 0.44. I'm good. Make sure you're good. If you're not good and you keep getting the same returns, that's when we have a problem. Like, don't let yourself keep getting the same returns because we should know better, right? You also want to check over here every once in a while. We need to check our account settings and we need to go to our resolution hub. These can hit fast and hard and they don't always send us an email anymore. So make sure that we are checking these and make sure you're fighting them if you do. Because like this one I fought because like I don't sell tickets. Like it was a ticket thing. Like search manipulation means you're keyword spamming, all that good stuff. So make sure you're checking this resolution hub because these can add up really quick and not know it.
Should
And
we
then check
call
your
it?
feedback too.
How'd you get there again?
Account settings in the upper left hand corner. Go to your account settings tab. It's like where your name is.
Okay.
Pull that arrow down.
No, mine's different because I'm on a I'm not
Where
on
your
a
name is in the upper left hand corner. I
Oh,
think we're all
okay. Now I got it.
Yep. And then it says account settings.
Yeah, I got it.
And then go to resolution center. It's like the 4th or 5th one down on the left.
Resolution hub.
Yep.
Yeah. Carrie,
Yes.
Okay,
should
thanks.
we try and call and have this removed if it was just like a matter of me using the wrong words? Would that be
They won't remove it because you did it.
okay? All
You're
right.
guilty as
'Cause
charged, Lisa. I mean, I have some too,
a
so
whole bunch of people sold this particular purse,
they
so
did.
I just worded it wrong. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Me too. I mean, I have 3 of them that are like that too. So I mean, it happens.
That's fine.
Check your feedback. Make sure you don't have any feedback that you need to take care of. Those can happen really quick too. So, anybody have any questions, problems? Are we all doing okay? No big issues? Where would you go to appeal the silly ones? Under the details. So if you can appeal it, you go under the details and it should allow you to appeal it. Where it says the defect. Some of them aren't appealable.
Yeah, that's the one I just asked you about. Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. Those aren't, but that's where your Veros are going to show up too. And if you start piling up Veros, if they do a sweep of a brand, that can hurt you really bad. So we just want to make sure. And also, I think the most Veros I see are people that are selling new with tags because you are not an authorized dealer. Unless you are, then go ahead. But most of us are not. So that's that for that. Anybody have any questions? Good? We sound good? All right, so today's topic we're going to do is, you guys know I've been thinking about increasing, growing, all that good stuff. So
Can
I
I
have it
ask you
mapped out.
something? I'm sorry. Can I ask something just real
Absolutely.
quick?
Yeah,
Okay.
surely.
So you said as long as we're not authorized users. So can we put in the description it's new with tags, but we're not authorized, so that's why I have it under used.
You aren't legally allowed to sell new with tags if you are not an authorized distributor.
But if it has, so just cut the tag off. Is that what you're telling us to do? Because I always sell mine with
Most people
tags.
do.
Leave the
Oh,
tag
You show
on and sell it as used is
yeah,
what I've
that's
done
they
in
what
the
can
I.
still
past.
get you. They can still get you with
If
the
they
tag in the
scan the
picture.
picture. Yeah.
So don't use the one with the tag in the picture for your first photo. Is my
I had a bunch of Snap-on tool stuff that was new in the box. And what I ended up doing was just tearing open the box and
Yep.
laying it out there with the torn open box beside it.
Mhm.
Very obvious that it was not brand new, but also kind of infer that it's never been used.
Mm.
And I
And
took
you
like
can
a
say never been
30%.
used.
I'm sorry, what?
You can say
okay.
never been used. That's not against
Yeah.
terms. Yep.
But
Okay.
and I also had to reduce the price by about 30%, but that's okay.
Mm.
It worked out.
So
Okay.
some brands don't scour it, but then all of a sudden, all at once, they'll just go wipe all of eBay of all the new with tag ones. And then, if you have 15 of that brand And you know, like it can close your account in one day. So we don't do new with tags. It's not a good thing. And yes, I know other people do, but we also don't know when those people disappear because their account got shut down either. Um, so you guys know that I've been trying to grow and I'm trying to figure out this balance between and as I'm doing the numbers, the main thing I'm taking away from it is I used to hear people talk about this a lot, that as you grow, it's more like, okay, I'm giving 1,000 to make 300. I'm giving 500 to make 200 because if you have to start having help or whatever. And I don't think I have a lot. So, I kind of mapped it out here, both as a numbers and what I'm thinking. And because, you know, I feel like a lot of us or most of us think along the same lines with things. And, you know, you guys' advice to me is as helpful to me as anything. So, and I appreciate inputs from everyone. So I thought I would kind of bring this up. And also, people have been talking about AI software and everything, which I have opinions on. However, I have been trying to train my Chat GPT for quite a while, right? So I've been talking to it and asking it things, and it tells me that just from a photo, it can usually do the type, item, style, color, materials. It's not always right, but it's pretty close on mine. But I've been training it too. So remember, this is not going to be the same as if you just run and do it. In fact, when I asked mine the other day, it said that I actually should have Ralph use my account for ChatGPT because I put in so much training into it. It knows my styles. It actually said that. So it can estimate eras, and it's pretty good on that. It can recognize a lot of brands, and it can suggest high traffic keywords, and it can estimate a price. But it need help with measurements, some markings it can't see, some flaws that aren't visible in certain materials. It doesn't ever pick up on Bakelite or sterling versus silver. That is true. So, but if I have it in a description or if I've just jotted in different flaws and stuff, it will put that into a title. So lately, this is not about me growing, but here's just a tidbit here. So I've been doing this like experiment for probably 5 weeks now. So not a long time, but long enough to kind of, whereas every day, whatever items are ending that day, and you guys know I'm not a hurry up and sell similar to try to trick the algorithm person, right? But this in the for AI purposes, you know, doing this test, I've been every day, whatever's ending that day, I've been ending those listings and then I've been selling similar. Half of them, I changed the title a little bit by things that I would tell you to change, right? If I maybe could make something a little better. I changed that myself, half of them. The other half, I copy and paste into ChatGPT. Whatever it tells me to do, I've been doing it. As long as it's accurate. You know, if it's telling me it's something it's not, of course, I'm not going to do that. Price wise, I've been doing what it tells me price wise. I will say my prices have only been off by maybe, I had one that was off $10. The rest have been a couple bucks. So my pricing's pretty, I agree with the pricing it's been spitting back at me for the most part. 1/3 of the ones I've changed on ChatGPT have then sold the same week.
Nice.
In my ones that I tweaked, I did make changes to them so that they were all getting boosted up in the algorithm, right? Because I didn't want people to say, I wanted it apples to apples, because, you know, if one gets boosted and the other's not because there was no changes, I changed the price and the title in every single one. The one that I changed the price and title in, I had it was way less than 1/3 sold that week. But a solid third sold the same week of the other ones. That's a lot. And these are stale old listings that have been hanging out forever, right? Is that because it knows the lingo better than I do? Is it because it knows how to match that search just right? Because I will tell you, and I'll be honest, and those that stock my store already know this, a lot of these titles are not how I would do a title, but they're selling almost same day, a lot of them. So, just, I don't know. It's an experiment that I thought was worth doing, and I figured I couldn't really screw up my store too bad doing it, so I've been doing it. Nicole. Yes, Larry, it's absolutely, you have to have the ChatGPT 4.0 or it's not going to do this for you. I can guarantee it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you tell us, because this is something I've done for a really long time, and because I catch my mistakes this way. and I do find a jump in the algorithm. And that's how my method for 5% markdown, that's my method. Like, I do end and sell similar 5%. I see if there's anything that needs tweaking, and 9 times out of 10 they'll sell. um can you give us examples of what exactly you changed in your titles, or is that from ChatGPT telling you what to do? Like, are you just copying?
I'm copying and pasting the title just for this experiment. As long as it's accurate. Like, I'm not gonna copy and paste it if it's just wrong. But I would say out of all of them I've been doing, and I've been doing about 60 a day,
Oh, wow.
right? Because I have about 50 to 60 listings that consistently end every day.
Wow.
Um, and I mean, so this is pretty large scale. It's not huge, right? I'm not a huge seller, but um, I'm just copying and pasting it. And the format is really not what I would usually use.
So what
So
was like the most shocking thing to you about what you would never do that you decided to do? Like, did you put earrings like the very last word,
oh,
or?
no, no. So basic structure, they do the same.
Okay.
Like within the first 3 to 4 words, we've got that.
Okay.
That's not changed. In vintage, it always puts first.
Okay.
Vintage, so basically the first part is all the same. But maybe it'll add the color next. Maybe it will add a material next, whereas I would have put it further down.
Okay.
So it's maybe bumping up certain words, but it's not consistent. And
Okay.
anybody in the jewelry call or anybody that I've been with a long time knows that when we go to see solds, sometimes you can't make any sense over what's selling based on the title,
Not at
right?
all.
Right. So if it's got a different price, then I can tell you it's sold because of price. If it was just better quality, I can tell you that. But sometimes I can't always tell. So am I going to go all Chat GPT titles? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying it consistently did sell more than the ones I was just changing. So
It's really
the
interesting.
the reason I went down this rabbit hole is because I wanted to know if it was worth having Ralph optimize all of my drafts before I touch them by putting it into ChatGPT first. So you'll see the process that I wrote out for that. So that's what's next. Mimi?
Okay, so 2 questions. The first question, I know with your titles, you like to keep them short, like and to the
And these
point.
were longer.
So with ChatGPT, it's pretty much almost all the 80 characters or whatever they give you,
No, it's
or
pretty in the middle, I'd say about 65 to 65-ish. I'd say that's its average.
so it's not a drastic difference from the titles that you had before.
Not drastic, no. But they
Okay,
do add in like whimsy, or it'll add in mod or words I don't usually throw in there. It does
right.
add in there. Whether that's what's selling it, I don't know.
Okay, so you just upload the picture to ChatGPT and then it spits out
I'll
a
show you
title.
what I have a slide for that, a whole process here. So
Okay, and then that site will show like what you ask it to do too, or is it pretty much
I
everybody?
train. So here's the thing: I've put a lot of training into mine. So
Okay,
I actually all I do is have to hit /list, and it knows what to do because I've taught it what to do. So
okay,
it knows that I don't want symbols in my titles. It knows I don't want capital letters all over. It knows certain things because I've been training it for a long time.
okay,
So if you fresh out of the box upload it, you're going to get wonky stuff. But I
okay,
tell it certain
but
structure things.
Did
okay,
you tell it much about the title structure, or did what it
Yes.
gave you initially work?
No, I've trained it on title structure. And I've asked it to look at certain stores and certain listings that are top on eBay, so it's reflected back and it knows, like, it's getting its information from that. So but the reason I did that was because I wanted to know if it was worthwhile for me to have Ralph spend time optimizing them before I touch them. So that's what ChatGPT tells me, right? So here's my growth strategy, and I realize I can't figure out how to make this really big, so I'm sorry. Um, there's a little bigger.
Are you
So,
posting this in the are you posting this or no?
well, it's got all my personal information on it, so I'm not
Oh,
sure.
okay. Okay.
Because this is really just for me. I'm just showing you how I thought the process out. I thought showing all this that I've worked through that's taken me a long time might be helpful to somebody else. So my current system has over 2,200 items in it. Currently, I'm photographing and listing 210 a week, Monday through Sunday. I don't ever vary. I'm very consistent. I do all the photography, I do all the drafting, and I do all the I do everything. I launch 30 a day myself. My bottleneck mainly has been Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. It's consuming, 7 days a week. I'm working. So Monday through Thursday, I'm used to working 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. And that includes my other job. That includes everything I do. I literally clock in at 5. I am done working at 9. I really take, that's it. That's my life. I'm okay with that. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's still just consuming, and this is not just eBay, this is everything. So I'm never having any time to do anything extra that I need to do, like sourcing, and I'm not having any time to work on the business, right? So I need to free up some time on the weekends. My growth goals are to grow to 4,500 active listings. This doesn't have to be tomorrow. I'm not in a big hurry. That's my like end all be all where I'm planning a coasting afterwards. 4,500. I want to increase my net profit per week. Right now, I'm paying myself $1,250 net every week. That's what I take out of the business for my paycheck. I want to increase that. I'd like to be taking out 2,500 a week net. Eliminate the photography workload on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Free up my weekends for sourcing and business work, and maintain control over things. I'm very not into this. That's why I don't love the AI part as much, because I don't want people relying on this before you have a foundation. My proposed new system is that my friend April will photograph and create a basic like sell similar draft. She's not going in and really messing with a lot. She's just hitting sell similar off something. And I want her to do 100 to 200 a week at $1 listing. Ralph, my VA, then would use my /list shortcut in ChatGPT to optimize the title and price and put that into the drafts. I would also have him edit my pictures, so the first 2 pictures. Ralph's like super good with that stuff. So that may be a good, I spent a lot of time tweaking the dang pictures. And then I would still photograph 120 a week, Monday through Thursday, and I would launch all the drafts. I'm not letting anybody else launch anything. Ralph already has an employee login to my eBay, but he only has permissions with drafts. He can't launch a draft. He can't do anything. He can only go into my drafts. So he already has employee access. And then I would get April employee access for drafts also. So price wise, and this is what people need to think about. This also goes for this AI software everybody's talking about. You're going to have costs added into this, right? So this is my current. So no photos by anybody else, photos by me, total weekly listings is 210 and launch 30 a day. So I have no extra. This is all me. This is my baseline. If I have April do 100 photos, then I would still do 120, and I would have 220 listings a week. So I would launch just 10 extra throughout the week sometime, right? But I'm going to have her cost of 100, if I have her do 100 pictures, $100. Plus I'm going to have, I just rounded it off to $5. It's usually a little less. Costs of goods, right? So if I have another 100 items going, or depends on how many items you have up going up a week. So you're gonna have more for cost of goods. That's my total there. So 160. If I have April do 160, this is what I'm leaning towards. I think this is the setup I'm gonna do. I would have her do 160 photos. I do 120 photos. We're gonna do 280 a week, and I'm gonna launch 40 a day, 7 days a week. This is what I'm leaning towards. So I'd have to pay her $160, and then have $5 cost of goods times another whatever my additional listings are. So I got to come up with that money for my additional cost of goods. That's the killer. If you guys are all of a sudden going all in with AI software and you're going to double your listings, you got to double your cost of goods. And that's before you're selling them, right? If I have April do 200 and 120 by me and 320 listings a week, then I launch 45 a day, Monday through Sunday, every day. I think this is probably where I'm going, but I think maybe I should start at the 160. Ralph's work is going to cost me an extra $25 to $50 a week, pretty much no matter what. So he agreed to do it for, if I pay him an extra 10 hours a week, which is $50, he'll do all this. So for $50 a week, I need to see if that is worth it for me to have it optimized in ChatGPT, or do I keep doing it at that 30-day mark when they go off my store? Because I sell a lot of stuff without ChatGPT's help. I sell a lot of stuff. So, is it worth it to have it optimized earlier? I guess is what I'm trying to decide, for $50 a week. So then I made instructions for Ralph and April. And my instructions would be, I have a project called Ralph inside ChatGPT. He would have access to that. I have my ChatGPT, all
Carrie,
my
can I ask you a
formatting.
question?
Sure.
Did I hear you wrong, or did you say for people going all in on A1 lister that you'd have to double your cost of goods?
You have to, if you were doubling up your listings, then your cost of goods per week is going to come out of your pocket and it's going to be double.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the price of the A1 lister was just going to double it.
Price of the
Okay.
listing software, that also you should absolutely be penciling out, because if you do very many listings or you don't do enough listings, you're still paying for the software.
Right. Okay.
Costs add up
I understand.
pretty heavy over there. So Ralph's gonna go in there. I've already trained my ChatGPT with my rules. All he's got to do is copy and paste the picture and hit /list, and it's gonna apply all my rules. Then he would do the title, price, and I want him to change to update my blanket descriptions. Then when he any of them that begin with an R. So when April's done taking a picture or I'm done taking a picture, I'm going to put R on it, and Ralph's going to know that that draft's ready for him. And then, so he's going to open the draft. He's going to check my SKU picture. So I just want this double checked, right? So he's going to check my SKU picture and make sure the SKU box is correct. Just doesn't hurt to have somebody else check it. And then all he's going to do is in the side of the Ralph project, hit /list, upload the photo, and then he's also going to type in any flaws or whatever that the photographer noted. ChatGPT will give him this SEO title based on my formats, the price recommendation based on eBay, an optimized description. I'm not using a lot of the descriptions, so that I'm not really doing. And then he's going to just copy and paste it into the title box, enter the price, and then add any flaw info, all in caps at the beginning of the description and in the title, so that I know, so I remember. And then he's going to reorder the photos, and I'll talk to him about that. And he's going to edit the first 2 photos. And then here's my standard description. So he's got this right here to copy and paste. And then the final checklist is the optimized title and price? Is the SKU confirmed? Are the flaws listed in all caps of the description? And then he's gonna put my generic description underneath. So those are his instruction sheets. And for that, I pay him $5 an hour, but basically I'm gonna pay him $50 a week for all my listings. That includes the ones I photograph. So that would change also. I'd be living and launching from just drafts. I mean, like I would just be doing my photos. And then I would do on my launching from drafts. Right now I do it all in one step. So April, here's her setup is that she's going to make sure this is like, things we need to tell each other. I'm adding in, make sure your fingernails, if you have your hands in the picture, all that stuff. But I'm going to give it to her clean. She needs to wipe something. I'm going to provide her with the wipes. Do not clean the lots because I don't do that. Make sure that there's no hair, blah, blah, blah. Make sure your lighting's bright. And I put often, the light box light needs to be it because you know how that screws up. Then here's her list for the photos I would like her to take. The main, close up, clasp, back, the marks, flaws. And I put in here, that she needs to use the flaw pointer, which I will give her that Larry made. And then the SKU photo needs to be the last photo. She gets a bracelet mandrel, a ring mandrel, and a necklace one to make it easy. So measurement shouldn't be a problem. Then she's going to sell similar from a closely related item in my active listings. Doesn't have to be perfect, but that's how I've listed forever, and it works pretty good. Then she's going to replace the photos. And then she's going to delete the whole old title out. And all she's going to do is brand, obvious flaws, measurements. That's it. That's all she's going to do. And and she's going to put the SKU number in the box. And then Ralph's going to check it, because that's the biggest problem is when our SKU number is off. So here it is. When you're done, make sure we put RR on it so that Ralph knows the draft's ready for him. Packing the item. So every single item I give her is going to be cleaned and in my inventory bag with the SKU number on the bag. So all she's got to do is put the item back in the bag, and I'm going to provide her my storage boxes where I put on my shelves, and she's going to bring it back to me in order. So all I got to do is take them from her, put it on my shelf. I may have to combine some boxes, but it'll be in numerical order already. So the put away process should not be difficult. And then I I'll give her a box for the stuff that doesn't fit in the SKU bins. So that is my, it doesn't seem like when I put it out there, like that took a lot of effort, but it's taken a lot of my brain power to think that through.
No,
So,
that was a lot. You thought of all the angles, it seems like at this point. I'm sure stuff will
I'm,
come up, but that looks great. Yeah, that looks
I
great.
added 2 today. I need to add was, I need to add in about her hands. Although she's a girly girl, she's definitely not like me. She's always got her nails done and all that stuff. So, um, she'll be okay on that. Yeah, I think other than that, it was okay. So, yeah, that was it. Nicole.
So this might be a controversial question, but do you ever think that Ralph would be concerned or worried that AI and ChatGPT might replace him at some point?
Absolutely is. Hmm. A lot of people fired their. There's people that haven't even gotten into that software that got released that have already fired their VAs.
Wow. Would you think that you would get to a point where you would trust AI versus a human?
Well, so I'm not against AI.
Right. No,
I'm against the mechanical non-thought process that I feel like AI is bringing to reselling because I feel like all of a sudden, I mean, in the only reason I can tell you guys this is because in 2 or 3 months when everybody's running to me because everybody's got INADs, I don't want to hear it.
right.
If you're blindly doing this, and because I know when I sell similar off my own items, I miss stuff. I don't
Mm,
change boxes sometimes. I screw it up. Well, imagine if it's just populating all these listings for you and you get blind to just, you know how you just scroll through things and it's not as, you get kind of desensitized to checking
right.
things as good as we should. And then all of a sudden you have 15 ads the next month. What are you going to do about that? That's what I want to prevent from people. Hey, it's Carrie with Reseller Revenue. Just wanted to come on and let you know if you'd like to see more of this, if you'd like to see more of my daily calls Monday through Thursday, and you'd like to participate, please go to Reseller Revenue Patreon group, and that's how you join our Facebook group also is through that link. And you can join our morning calls, which we meet every day, Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. Central Time. And then we have other calls afterwards, like we have a shoe call, a clothing call, we have a bunch of different kinds of calls. Also, the jewelry call that I do with Finds of Yesterday is on Tuesday mornings following the morning call. And also, you can get information on how to get personalized one-on-one coaching for an additional fee. From me, we'll review your store. We'll go through different ways you can improve your listings. So I'd love to have you. Please check out Resell Revenue on Patreon.